Hello and a warm welcome to the Dugout. This time, luckily, we managed to come on time.
4 minutes.
That's okay. 4 minutes late. At least in the Indian Standard Time, parlance is not that late.
All credit to our producer Pawan for putting his foot down.
Or not.
Yeah.
Because see, the problem is we are not like Japan, or we are not like Switzerland where everything works clockwork.
Man is like to the point, man.
Even
Very
Switzerland,
disciplined.
you want clockwork.
I have heard that it's a urban legend. Japan is on time. Some YouTubers have gone to Japan.
They are.
I think you have mistaken it with China.
They are.
Even if you
I have gone. I am telling.
Even if there's a 20-second delay in something,
Yeah,
they
they announced
apologize.
it. They if the metro is 20 seconds late, they announce it in the metro. I was there, so I was really shocked seeing this.
Yeah. Switzerland, clockwork.
I went in 2018 or
Family trip.
17, 18. So, yeah, sort of.
It was a family trip, right? Only Tokyo, or did you go to...
No, just Tokyo. That too for just 2-3 days. That's why I said just a sort of. Just me and my father had gone for.
Nice. Lovely city though, Tokyo.
Yeah.
And
That's
also,
the only city that calls
so you
me
went
back.
by the Shinkansen metro line, is it?
Yeah. And if
Shinkansen.
Delhi?
Yes.
Delhi, so I've gone many times. No, nothing better than Delhi. Yaar.
Shinkansen metro line is better than Delhi.
Delhi is Delhi. Weather to yaar, blossom.
Cherry blossom. You went to the cherry
blossom.
blossoms.
Yeah.
So springtime you went close to.
Springtime.
Yes.
Just
Cherry
2 days,
blossom.
short trip. Huh?
Forget about AQI and all those things. Nothing can be worse than Delhi, honestly. And North India, that particular bit. All. The entire North Indian stretch is
Come join
terrible.
Delhi.
From October to January, in that sense, as far as pollution is concerned.
I thought that you're talking about the winter season overall.
No,
as far as the cold is concerned.
I love the winter season. That's no thing. I love the winter season. But then the pollution has killed off at this point in time. So, yep. We are still 2 days away from the ICC Champions Trophy final. Today, India are practicing at the ICC Academy, and one of the coaching members they are going to come and give a press conference.
Ryan, Morne or Abhishek?
Abhishek.
It could be Sitanshu Kotak.
as well.
Sitanshu
Yeah.
Kotak as well.
How about T. Dilip?
No. He won't.
Maybe. We don't know.
You never know.
He's
because-
content creator of.
See, tomorrow you're going to see the captain's press conference.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, that's going to happen.
Photo shoot also, everything tomorrow.
Everything will happen
Also,
tomorrow.
that press conference is going to be live at about 7:30ish IST timing, so you can expect to see the coverage of it, whatever that support staff member has said, on Sports Today very soon. And apart from that, there's going to be an Harbhajan Singh exclusive interview that's going to be live on Sports Today in no time now. He's spoken on a range of topics relating to the Indian cricket team and what are the things that the Indian cricket team would have to take care of as far as that final are concerned. He has also reacted on the controversies that have been surrounding Rohit Sharma and Mohammad Shami. So stay tuned to Sports Today, obviously. You
But
will
more
get to
than
know
the
that.
players, it's the fans who actually are the stakeholders.
Yeah, there's also a Shashwat special coming your way.
Shashwat special, people special, yaar.
People.
There's
We'll
nothing
put it in the
special about
title, Pawan.
No, but-
Shashwat special.
More than that, people also have their say on lots of things. So that will be also up today.
Shashwat has been
hopefully.
working hard, for that.
No.
You see, the fans are... I read some of the comments and they're very unsavory. Like, oh, what the hell are you doing, guys? And why are you chosen this topic about Rohit
This topic.
Sharma?
Okay. Yeah.
That's why when they say, the fans are the stakeholders. Nowadays, in the era of social media, they aren't the stakeholders anymore.
They are? Then what they are?
They are just there as an entity who are like just there to consume. They don't decide anything at this point.
But Rishi,
That was never the case.
It was always the
But
case.
Rishi,
Looking back at the 2000s, that was the case. Players would listen. Now they just don't listen.
No, but Vishy, the point is that if the fans are not there, then there isn't going to be much cricket. There isn't going to be a Sports Today for that matter. They make us.
No,
What do you think?
No, that's a myth. You see, the problem is gate receipts nowadays don't recover your costs.
No, it's not the gate receipts, it's the broadcasting rights.
So broadcasting rights.
That also people are only watching, that's why it's getting sold.
However, for the value that you've got, 48,160 crores, is that many people around the globe who consume that much of cricket.
No, but what's basically more surprising here is that, for the first time in a long time, he and I are on the same page.
Yeah, normally you both are now. But then see, the reason why we have given this topic is, okay, we still have one more day for the final. At that time, normal practice dictates that's why you discuss the strategy, that's why you discuss the player versus player thing, that is why you discuss the playing 11. Although the playing 11 is sorted, I don't see any changes in the Indian camp, barring a certain, if the pitch changes, if the pitch is flat, maybe then you're getting
Or assuming there's a last minute injury. Plus one to what you say. Yeah.
So that is where I think I don't see any changes in the Indian team for that matter. New Zealand though are having a big problem with Matt Henry not being in top form. I think Henry...
he is in top form, just that, with his fitness wise. Yeah.
He suffered that injury while taking Heinrich Klaasen's catch.
But he did bowl after that.
But then it's sore.
Yeah.
It's starting to soar up now, and that is why Matt Henry, if he's gone, then New Zealand has suffered
Would
a
you
big
play,
jolt.
if he's ruled out? I would basically go for Jacob Duffy.
Yeah, same. I don't see anybody else who
No,
can
they have
play.
one
Nathan
more,
Smith?
Nathan Smith.
But I think Duffy is more experienced than Nathan Smith in that regard.
This.
So that is why I think it is not going to be an ideal thing for New Zealand if Matt Henry is ruled out. So yes, we had always stated that India will start as the favourites because they've been in the same place, they've been having the same conditions, they're used to it. New Zealand can't get used to the conditions that quickly. Yes, they did play in Dubai, but then they had to go back to Lahore. And they have to again come back to Dubai then. So where will you adjust? You don't get time to adjust. And that's why I think there is no debate about the playing 11. If Matt Henry is ruled out, or Jacob Duffy comes in. If India...
Nathan Smith also, depending upon...
For India, I think the same 11 plays.
Absolutely. Hands down. I don't think there are going to be any changes. Assuming, as you said, the pitch changes drastically or there's a last minute injury.
Last minute injury. Yeah. So that's why playing 11 is done. What more do you want? Strategy, we'll all discuss it tomorrow when there is the big build up to the final that we are all anticipating at this point in time. So yes, because it's a 4-day gap to the final, you have to do some other things. And the major report that is doing the rounds is Rohit Sharma. Okay. Now, ironically, irony dies at 1,000 deaths. That is why you're in India. This was the major bone of contention, isn't it? Everybody saying, final could be Rohit's last match. We were focusing on that one thing also. So we focused on one set of fans. And then we decided, okay, let's focus on this thing prior to the final. Rohit Sharma at this point in time, is he going to play his last game? Because for two reasons. One, the BCCI are going to announce the new central contracts list after the Champions Trophy. Number one. Number two. Number two, at what point do you want a stable leadership core for 2 years? Because the new report that is doing the rounds is that BCCI want Rohit's decision. Captaincy, or do you want retirement? It has to be either of the two.
They want to ask him.
They are saying that retirement is his call. But you communicate your decision, what do you want? Because Test cricket, I don't know whether Rohit will be an automatic slot in anymore after this development. ODIs, you're going to play only 18 or 20 ODIs in the next 2 years. Do you want to only play that? Then what will be your contract list then? Because A plus maintains that you will all be 3 format players. Now A plus is only for players who play all the 3 formats. Yeah. There is a report in the contract system that yes, Shreyas Iyer could make a comeback into the central contracts. KL Rahul, Rishabh Pant, all of them are, and Akshar Patel will get an A category contract.
Ravindra Jadeja too, probably.
Yes. So I think only Jasprit Bumrah and Shubman Gill could be in the A plus contract. We don't know at this stage.
Could be Yashasvi Jaiswal too.
No,
Could
not in A plus.
Not in A plus.
Not in A plus. Let's see. Let's see. All that
But the point is that assuming Rohit Sharma retires, Jaiswal would definitely be a sure shot starter in that ODI 11. So that makes him a 3 format player. Could be an A plus contract. You never know.
Because see, that is the thing. New Zealand match will be Rohit Sharma's 499th match. On April 30th, Rohit Sharma is going to turn 38.
He doesn't really care much about milestones.
He doesn't care about milestones. He really doesn't care that much about, okay, he will always maintain, and every cricketer in this era maintains, I have a lot of cricket left in me. Okay. But at this point in time, honestly, the first question that I would like to tell you directly, Do you all believe that this is Rohit Sharma's last match tomorrow? If no, why? If yes, why? The floor is open.
Start.
Okay, I'll go. So, I think before I answer that question, it's important to, I think, take note of the multiple factors that are going to surround this Indian cricket team going ahead. I think we talk about stable leadership. Let's just, I think, start with the T20 format. That's a no-brainer. You have Surya Kumar Yadav. His personal form may have taken a hit, but then India have been doing consistently well under his leadership. Yet to lose a T20I series under his captaincy here, be it at India or in overseas conditions. So that area is definitely fixed. You talk about ODIs. I don't think there is going to be any point of discussion here because Shubman Gill has stepped up to the plate not on once, twice, thrice, but on multiple occasions for that matter. So Shubman Gill would definitely be a sure shot captaincy material or could be the next India ODI captain whenever Rohit decides to hang up his boots or probably, decides to call it a time just in ODI format, assuming he wants to prolong his test career. And if we talk about the, test format here, I think Siddharth clearly mentioned that after what had transpired in the Border Gavaskar Trophy, it doesn't look like that Rohit Sharma would be a sure shot starter in India's Test 11, specifically starting from that England tour after the World Test Championship final, which means that India would need to find a new leader. And if there is a leader that India have definitely waiting in the ranks is Jasprit Bumrah, no doubts about that. But his fitness is really a question mark, not just in one format, but in multiple formats too. You would want to see as to how his body would progress and whether he's fit enough to play all the formats or not. So T20Is, it's done. ODIs, you do have a backup. In Test cricket, you don't really have a stable backup. So with that said, this Indian cricket team is actually known for not really having that much split captains. But this is, I think, the first time in a long time, this is basically the first time in Indian cricket's history that you do have a split captain, Surya Kumar Yadav and Rohit Sharma in the other two formats, because he just stood down from that MCG test, and that's what he basically made it clear in between the SCG test there. Now, coming back to the point, I don't think that this is going to be Rohit Sharma's last match for India. I don't think Indian cricket team is ready for life after captain Rohit Sharma. I'm not really going to go much into the batter thing. We will, touch upon that. But I don't think India have much options ready. Bumrah's body is a major concern. And that way, if you talk about Shubman Gill's red ball form, specifically in overseas conditions, it is a major factor to worry about. Virat Kohli also hasn't really stepped up, assuming you would want to go back to him as a test captain. Not really sure, how much of the other candidates are captaincy material. Let's say, for example, Ravindra Jadeja, KL Rahul has been mighty inconsistent in test format. Shami is also going to make his return, but he doesn't really have any captaincy experience in the past. So I think keeping all these things in mind, I don't think Indian cricket team is ready for life after captain Rohit Sharma, which means that there could be an extension of his captaincy in both the formats for the next 1 year or so. If maybe 1 year is too long a time, maybe for the next 6 months or so. So that's pretty much the thing. In T20Is, you stick with Surya Kumar Yadav, because you do, even if Surya Kumar Yadav is not, not lead India in the T20I format, you would have a couple of other options ready. But you talk about Test and ODI cricket, there is obviously Shubman Gill, but would you want to have 3 different captains for 3 formats? Not really sure about it. So for my answer is definitely, in a nutshell, I don't think India are ready for life after Rohit Sharma as the captain, and he's probably going to be there for the next 6 months or so at least.
I just one thing before I get to my point, Gulati sir, I wanted to ask you that you a couple of days back said that you feel that it could be Rohit Sharma's last ICC event. So what according to you changed in the couple of days?
See, one thing that definitely changed was, it's just a prediction that I made that it could really be the case because of the way the reports are really going.
This you were giving your opinion.
Yeah, this is just my opinion.
But you still feel that he will?
Because these reports, as if India win the Champions Trophy, or even if, India lose the Champions Trophy, there were clear reports that, it could be his last international match. So I was also, because sometimes, as even AB de Villiers also said it once, that there's always a little bit of truth in the rumors. So you do tend to sometimes believe that, okay, it could very well be his last match. But this personally is my opinion that India aren't really ready for life after Rohit Sharma.
You still feel that it's going to happen?
That's what at least I think so.
You think that it's going to
I
happen?
don't think India have any captaincy options ready, specifically in test format. You obviously have a Bumrah who is ready, But is he fit enough to play all the test matches?
So I thought
don't
test,
think so.
I think it's not even a debate anymore. I don't feel that it's going to be Rohit Sharma is going to return over there. But as far as ODI cricket is concerned, I think he's very, very certain, and he has this goal in his head that he has to just not play the 27 ODI World Cup. I think it's more about winning that ODI World Cup in 27 when it happens in South Africa. And I think that goal is very, very clear. Because as far as Rohit Sharma is concerned, we have seen that even after the 23 ODI World Cup, we did not think that he will be playing the 24 T20 World Cup. But he did. So as far as his self-belief is concerned, I think it's absolutely on top. And I think he's very, very prepared. Like you also mentioned, just 18 ODI. So that's not too much of cricket to play till 27 World Cup. That will be a problem for India, that you'll have 3 different captains in 3 different formats. But I think in the longer run, that will get sorted out after 27, because then you'll have just two captains, one for white ball and one for red ball, different captains in that sense. As far as reports are concerned, there were reports that Virat might not play the T20 World Cup as well, but they did end up playing that World Cup. And I think Rohit will be just 40, I think just touching 40 by the time.
No, 40 is not just.
No, I'm saying he'll be just
He will be 40.
when you're playing the 27 ODI World Cup. So I think that will be his last dance over there. You'll see him play that ODI World Cup, and after that I don't see him coming. So yeah, I feel that he's not going anywhere, and neither is India ready for it right now.
But one thing, before we come to Siddharth, Shashwat, don't you think that let's say Rohit doesn't start in the test team now, and if he decides to prolong his ODI career, don't you think that he might just go on to the similar road as that of a Shikhar Dhawan? Because when you play just one format, there's a good chance that you might not be able to sustain the best of your form.
But the difference between Shikhar Dhawan and him is that captaincy. He's the captain of the team, so he has to form that team. He will be sailing that ship for the Indian team. So I think that would be the reason why he'll still continue to play, and he'll also be playing the IPL. So as far as form is concerned, I don't think that form anyways, we see what Rohit Sharma is contributing. He's giving that impact. Maybe not those many big innings are coming, but still, if this is the role he continues with, and it's also setting all the blocks. The puzzle is absolutely sorted at this point of time. So for the next 2 years, I wouldn't be surprised if he can prolong it. And I think that will be the same case with Virat Kohli as well. You might not see Virat Kohli for too long a time after this in Test cricket if his form doesn't come back in Test cricket. So I think he'll also do the same thing. But both of them, I feel, will not say goodbye before South Africa.
I remember that I think Shashwat clearly pinpointed it well, that in the last couple of days, I had been saying this thing very consistently, that if there's anyone to retire after the completion of Champions Trophy, whether India win or lose, it's definitely not going to be Virat Kohli. So obviously the focus has been on Rohit Sharma, and it's primarily because of the reports that have been doing the rounds.
Whose reports are these?
There's some
The sources in the know of things.
credible reports.
Credible reports, yeah.
As
absolutely.
credible as the BGT leaks, or less credible than that?
I mean, the BGT leaks, if I believed them.
But is
No,
there
but those are very credible sources. Are these as credible as those?
Yes, on par.
they? On par?
On par.
pretty much on par?
Pretty much on par.
But
Because
is
I'll
there
tell
a
you
Mr.
why.
Fix-It on Rohit's retirement?
No. But
Look,
again, Shubman Gill, I don't think
See,
he's
the
ready.
problem is, I'll tell you why. Okay, we are again in that stage of Indian cricket where you need to look both at the present and at the future. Okay. After the 2025 T20, after the end of the 2025 Champions Trophy, your next 2 major events where your superstars are going to play is the WTC final if India qualifies.
That's 2027.
That's what I'm getting to that. And you have only the ODI World Cup. Okay. Rohit and Virat will be 40 and 38 respectively. Okay. By 2027. There is no concern over Virat Kohli. So forget about that. He will play 2027. There is absolutely no concern about it. But what about Rohit Sharma? I think if India wins or loses the Champions Trophy, it is bye-bye to Rohit Sharma, the captain. But I think not a bye-bye as a player.
You're saying if India wins
Or loses. Both.
Irrespective of the result.
Irrespective. Okay. I think it is bye-bye Rohit Sharma, the captain. But I think it is not a bye-bye as a player.
Batter.
As a batter. Okay. But the problem is, even if you say no as a batter, will you continue to play him in only one format? Because I'll tell you why. Okay. Test cricket, I think his career is done. After what happened in the BGT, after what happened in New Zealand, against New Zealand, fight a series, start off a new WTC cycle, would you still want to persist with Rohit? His test numbers are very underwhelming. Let us make no mistake. Although he averages 40, but nowadays we know 40 is the new 30 at that time when you look at the 90s and 2000s. That's how severe the yardsticks are. Rohit is not in the scheme for test match cricket. So that leaves him with only one format. And he's going to play that for the next 2 years. BCCI wants a steady leadership. Meaning two formats, one captain.
Yeah.
There are 3 candidates. 2.5 candidates if I may want to add, okay? Half because he's still not a regular in the ODI format, okay? Yeah. There is Shubman Gill, who's playing 2 formats at least. There is Rishabh Pant, who's the half player, I'm saying, because he's not a certainty in the ODIs. And there is Jasprit Bumrah. But you have a question mark over Bumrah's fitness all the time. I don't know whether he'll last all the 5 tests versus England. I don't know.
No, but one thing that I just struck to me as well is that maybe why they're grooming Shubman Gill as well is that because he is sort of an all-format player at this point. So maybe you're looking at one captain across formats.
But I think that won't be the case until 2026. Surya is your captain until the 2026
27, I'm
T20
saying
World
till
Cup.
27 it won't
Yeah, but then see, you need ODIs and tests as your prime focus because you don't play T20Is until 2028. Okay, that is the T20 World Cup of 2028. You don't play that much until that time. ODIs are your focus and tests. Shubman Gill is and Jasprit Bumrah are your only multiple format players at this point. Rishabh Pant is not in the scheme in the ODIs setup, although he's there in the squad.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you do then? Knowing Bumrah's injury concerns, I would say that make Shubman Gill your captain for at least the test match scheme of things. Even for ODIs, make him because you want a stable leadership. We don't know. See, more Rohit delays this decision, the more it will delay the transition for Indian cricket.
Point.
The more you delay, the more you're not going to give options and opportunities to the youngsters who are coming in. Because unless there is a Rohit Sharma, a Yashasvi Jaiswal can't play. Simple. Because Gill, Rohit, Virat, Shreyas, KL, Hardik, that's it. Where can Yashasvi play? Which is why Rishabh Pant also can't play. Where can he play? There is an Ishan Kishan waiting in the wings also. Where does he get a chance? I think he is not in the fray anymore because KL is there in the ODI setup. For tests, it's Pant. Okay? So, Rohit Sharma, the captain, might bid goodbye to all forms of cricket. But as a batter, how do you persist with him only as a batter in the ODI scheme of
That's
things?
not a possibility according to me.
Then I think that answers
But
my
why are
question
you saying goodbye to him? Is Shubman Gill ready? That transition you're talking about, you delay a transition if it's already in the waiting. Shubman Gill, I don't think is ready to take on captaincy. 2 years is the time where he can have that transition under a Rohit Sharma, under Virat Kohli, or all the senior pros. And then you can give Shubman Gill captaincy when a fresh cycle starts. Right now, this is sort of a half cycle. The whole cycle, when we look at it, I think it's a 4-year whole cycle where you build your team for the next World Cup. So that cycle, if that started in 23, you're just halfway through that. Would you want to break that rhythm right now when you're in such a good flow in that sense? I don't think so.
Then why is BCCI wanting to have a dialogue with Rohit Sharma?
That's a good point, actually.
Again,
Yes.
I personally don't think that's the case.
Ajit Agarkar, Gautam Gambhir have been brought in to take the tough decisions.
See, Shashwat, one thing is for
you
sure.
believe in that report?
See, I'll tell
I
you
do.
something. That's what I think Nikhil has told us, very categorically on Sports Today, that talks have been
going on.
going
But that
on.
was
Yeah.
Test cricket. That was for Test cricket.
No,
Test
even-
cricket.
even overall also?
No, not overall. That was
Was it just
specifically
Test cricket only?
Yeah, he specifically told
Okay,
it that
okay.
the discussion is done for Test cricket, and Test cricket. So I agree that I
thought
don't
it
see
was
Rohit.
across
Yeah,
formats,
no.
yeah.
Rohit Sharma. I don't see Rohit Sharma come back in the Test team at all, and I see a new captain being named there. But ODI cricket, I have no doubts.
Because see, if you have to look at it, I see the cycle beginning from 2025. After the end of the CT, because I'm looking at it from the WTC cycle. Nowadays, it isn't a 4-year cycle anymore. It's a 2-year cycle. Because incidentally, your WTC final and your ODI World Cup is happening at the same time when you look at it. On 2 occasions. It's happened in 23, it's happened in 25, 27 also. So that is why is BCCI having this conversation now? Primarily, one, they want to know your contract structure. Who comes in A+, who's in A, who's in B, who's in C.
Yeah.
Because
Why do you look at it as a 2-year structure? I'll tell you why I don't look at that. 2-year structure, that's just 18 ODIs, what you just told. So would you give a new captain just 18 ODIs before an ICC World Cup in South Africa? I think that's too less, because the new captain will come. He will have his own
That's
ideas.
also a point.
He will have to set a new team. He'll want his fresh ideas. Just 18 ODIs, that too in such long gaps.
you gave Rohit Sharma just 3 T20Is to get back into the captaincy and say, okay, I will win you the T20 World Cup.
But he was again, said Visa, he was he had that captaincy experience with the Indian team in T20 cricket also, and he was also captaining in
But
other
still, for
form.
1.5 years, he didn't captain.
But he was captaining the Indian team somewhere or the other, and more or less the people were also overlapping. Now you have a very specialized team for T20Is. But before this World Cup, you have to remember this wasn't the case. Over there, we saw many players were overlapping. Most of them were playing the ODI and the T20 World Cup.
Because see, the problem is you have to start somewhere. And after the Champions Trophy, I don't see it happening in that sense. I don't see that is your ideal point for the start of a new cycle when you look at it. Gill is getting one more season as Gujarat Titans captaincy. Although if he fails in that, then there might be some backup option. And they say, okay, let Jasprit Bumrah be the captain. But why are we worried about Jasprit Bumrah? Because of his fitness concerns. Is Rishabh Pant going to be captain even in the ODI setup? Highly unlikely. He can be there for tests.
He might not even start in the ODI format.
He can be there for tests as a left field option. He can be a captaincy option for tests. So that is why this talk is not happening just out of the blue. Now the BCCI want a communication that, boss Rohit, what's your future? Are you only going to play ODIs? If yes, do we look at you as a captain? That has to be made
But
clear.
that isn't his call also, na? It's the prerogative of the coach and the selector.
And Gautam Gambhir
I think
and
the talks, I think that it's being, we're blowing, I think in the reports as well, it's being blown out of proportion. I'm definitely sure the discussion as far as the contract is concerned would have happened. Maybe this discussion would have happened that you might not be in A+ because you might be playing just one format from
so you might be in A or B.
Yeah, maybe that conversation would have happened. No, I don't think the conversation about his captaincy in ODI cricket would have happened just yet.
Because see, now after this, after the Champions Trophy, how much can you push back a player? One player will not feature in this list at all because one player is playing consistently in that, okay? Okay, he'll argue that, okay, my numbers are good, why should you drop me? But Rohit's numbers, if you look at it, it's extreme. He's got 100, but he's also had multiple failures.
Starts.
But he's had
Just
starts.
yeah.
I don't think
No, but
those...
do you, which basically brings me to a question that Rohit, the impact player, I think is one of the best that India have had in ODI cricket. Absolutely. Hands
Second
down.
after
After
Virendra
Shikhar
Sehwag.
Dhawan also.
Yeah, one of the
Virendra
best,
Sehwag.
as I
Shikhar
said.
Dhawan as well.
If I'm being politically correct, one of the best. Okay.
I would rate it in that. Second is Rohit, third is Shikhar, one is Virendra
So
Sehwag.
the point here is that would you still want to look at the impact that Rohit has in ODI cricket, knowing that even if he plays just 20-25 balls can score a quick fire 35-40, or would you rather want to have fresh legs of Yashasvi Jaiswal, who has the capability of playing a long innings, and if he stays on the crease until 20th over, he can probably get to a good 200 also individually.
I see. There is not much of a sample size for Yashasvi, the ODI batter. Okay. But
For now.
whatever glimpses that has been shown of Yashasvi, yes, I think he's ready to step up to that mantle. Yeah. He also can bat aggressively. He also can set the tempo rolling. He can also do the job that Rohit Sharma has done. Okay. So on skill sets, it is very difficult to keep a Yashasvi out. But will the BCCI take that tough decision? Because I believe, but then I know practically it will be different. I believe that it is end of Rohit Sharma as a captain, but as a player, I don't think you're bidding him bye-bye. How will BCCI balance that? I don't know.
No, that was not a possibility.
But looking at the practical nature of Indian cricket, looking at how things have worked in the past, Rohit will remain the captain and the player until 2027.
Both formats?
No,
Or
only one.
ODI.
Only
and
one.
in tests. So you feel, split captains across formats.
Now that diktat,
2 years.
that diktat that MS Dhoni added, you can't have multiple captains, I think that era is gone. You will have to deal with multiple captains. Even when Virat Kohli left the captaincy, how many captains you're dealing in all formats? It was multiple across 1-2 years.
Formats, no?
Yeah, but then you had multiple captains. You had a Hardik in one, and then you had another one in ODIs and tests, right?
No, you had Rohit Sharma in white ball and you had Virat for red, and that too Virat left very soon.
Yeah, but then after that also, one universal captain wasn't there after 2022. One universal captain
that wasn't
there.
the case.
You had a Hardik, then you had Rohit in those two formats. When Hardik decided to go, 2024, you had one captain across all. Now it's gone. You got Surya Kumar Yadav. You now got Rohit in ODIs and tests now. So you have to ensure that, yes, that the era of split captaincy is here. Nothing is going to change in that sense. Rohit Sharma will only play ODIs. I don't think, looking at the way how Indian cricket works, test career done, ODI cricket, I think he'll continue to play until 2027. But honestly, I think that would be a wrong decision because how much longer will you hold back the youngsters?
Yeah, true.
Okay, if everybody is happy with Rohit Sharma's 40 of 25 balls, 40 of 35 balls or 48 of 40 balls, okay, then if that is the yardstick, so be it.
You know what?
But I think captaincy is the main skill that Rohit Sharma brings to the table. More than the batting, even I would personally want that it should be Yashasvi taking the Indian ODI team forward as well. But I don't think I'm ready to bank on anybody else as captain as of now. Nobody has shown that much in terms of captaincy. Maybe Shreyas Iyer to a point, but will you make him the captain of ODI? That again is something that might not happen. But definitely that's the case with Rohit Sharma. Nobody else is ready. And if he ends up winning the Champions Trophy, are you ready to let go of him before the ODI World Cup? I don't think so.
I think one thing is pretty much clear that if India decide to have Rohit Sharma, the impact player in ODIs, continue, what it does is it puts extra pressure on Gill every single time because he's probably going to be the one who will have to, shepherd the Indian innings in all the situations. To put that extra pressure on Gill that, he's going to be the one to play that long innings all the time from one of the two openers that India would have. I'm not really sure if that's a risk that the BCCI would want to take.
See, you've got 2.5 years because your 2027 World Cup will be played in October, November. Okay.
The best conditions that you have in South Africa at that time.
Pretty much. You will be playing in October, November in that period. So now you've got 2.5 years. Rohit will almost be nearing 41.
No, but the point is that you either look at it as 2.5 years or you look at it as just 18 ODIs. There's
18 or 25 ODIs. When you in that range they are playing 18 to 25 ODIs. So yes,
20 maybe.
Yeah, until the 2027 ODI World Cup, you are looking at 18 to 25 ODIs that you're going to play because you're going to play Bangladesh, you will play Australia, then you're playing one other team also. I can't recollect. Maybe you're taking on Sri Lanka if I'm not mistaken. So yes, only with one format I think Rohit can play until 2027. At least for the next 30 months he can play. But if he's playing two, then it will be very difficult for him. I think his test career is over. ODIs, I think he will prolong until 2027. I think that's the feeling practically that I'm getting, but I have a different viewpoint. So shall we take some comments at this point? So Ashish there is saying Rohit should play till 2027. Shubman should be groomed. He could retire from test cricket. Rohit's reflexes will not be able to sustain test cricket.
Exactly.
But then so let's have a reservations on because somewhere you have to start. You have to start from somewhere. Mr. Shekhar GTN from the US is saying, morning all, don't relax after CT, a long IPL awaits. Are you reading too much of Narayan Murthy, Mr. Shekhar? That don't relax after CT?
We don't relax 365 days.
Yeah, we need some relaxation. Otherwise, we'll be zombies here. We have to take some relaxation because I understand. Yes, you all want cricket content. You want all those kind of things. But boss, relaxation is a need. Don't fall into traps of Narayana Murthy or Mr. Subramaniam. They are very toxic people in that sense. Looking at workplace cultures. Yeah.
Oh man.
They are. I mean,
but you seem to follow it to the fullest.
Which is a wrong precedent.
That's just Siddharth's personal opinion. There's no offense in that.
Sidvi sir is the one who follows it the most.
I don't ask my fellow co-workers to do it.
Yeah, you don't have, but you follow it, nah.
No comments.
That is
I'm out of it.
That's my unfortunate problem that I've got. That is my unfortunate
problem. Be unfortunate be.
And you are in same place.
No, not way.
Let's move on. Let's go down. Danush has a comment that what if Rohit scores 50 or 125 2025 CT final? I think that doesn't change the crux of this discussion.
It doesn't.
Because any which ways, the core remains the same.
Exactly. That's why, see, even if he scores a 200 also, it doesn't change our opinions.
Yeah.
But it will only mean that, okay, you set the base for going out on the highest of highs. They timed their T20 World Cup to perfection.
Perfect.
They won the World Cup, highest of highs, they retired. So that's why. Sarthak Arya saying, this is the perfect time to bring in the transition. We should not wait till 2027. However, I don't see BCCI taking such a bold decision. More weight YJ and RP. Although BCCI did take some tough decisions during the BGT also. They benched Rohit. Ajit Agarkar, Gautam Gambhir have been bought in to make certain tough decisions, and it is not going to be easy. So that's why, whatever way we look at it, it's not going to be easy at this point.
Okay, Sachin Kashyap is saying that India are playing 38 ODIs until the 2027 ODI World Cup. I'm not sure about it.
Let's
think it
see.
does range about 27, but see, some of the series are still yet to be scheduled. So that's also a factor.
Could be, but in 38 ODIs. So I think that's a lot. So would you want, it gives you sufficient balance in 38 ODIs, try it out now then, if that is the case. So Kiran Khatri is like saying, will other batters, be it Jaiswal or Indian, be selfless like Rohit and not care about his runs and put the team first? Rohit will retire post CT. He's been one of India's best captains, bow gracefully, which is why many in the Indian camp have never timed their retirement to perfection. Sachin Tendulkar, if you look at it, one of the greatest players, he could have retired on the ultimate of high. April 2, 2011, World Cup done. I have achieved everything that I want. I need not prove anything to anybody.
And some have been, say.
About 200 test matches.
But he had 100 international hundreds. Lalach, no?
But like most of the Indian players haven't timed it perfectly in their retirement, and there have been some who have
Kapil Dev never timed his retirement to perfection.
And there have been some who have been saved by the top authorities in the BCCI despite 8-0 mauling in Australia and England.
Yes.
He knows what I'm talking.
I know that. Yep. So yes, I don't think he will retire. I mean, although it would be perfect, it would be ideal, but I think it won't happen. Because I think his test career is done, Kiran Khatri. I don't think his ODI career is done.
Freaking awesome as a comment that Rohit has a pretty good ODI record in Australia and England and a decent record in New Zealand, but his ODI record in Republic of South Africa is terrible, considering South Africa hosts the 2027 ODI World Cup, which they will obviously. Will he succeed even if he plays? See, one thing is for sure, that the conditions in South Africa aren't really that spicy for the bowlers now. As far as white ball cricket is concerned, batters have made merry on multiple occasions in the last 3 to 4 years or so. We talk about, I think you can probably begin from 2018 when India basically toured there. Dhawan, Rohit and Kohli, they made merry on those pitches. The spinners did really well.
Ulcha.
They aren't really those spicy wickets now, maybe 1 or 2 wickets here and there if you are playing under lights. So I think apart from that, I don't really see any reason why any batter would not have the best of the times in South African conditions.
Yep, and the other comment is Vaibhav Taragi saying Kiwis are a bunch of street smart players. Surely they have a strategy in place to counter a spin trap. Don't you think? Don't you guys think tricking them with one pacer in place of Kuldeep might work for us? Nahi yaar. Unless there is an injury, na Vaibhav Taragi, they will change the team. Otherwise, if the conditions remain like how it is, I don't see any changes being made.
There's no point in fixing something that's not broken. It's as simple as that.
Let's change the topic. Wow, I only wish he gave his real name here.
This is Shashwat Sai actually.
It's Shashwat Sai.
Look at the comment. Now, make Shreyas captain for ODIs till 2027. I like that.
And Bumrah for test, vice captain Rishabh Pant and ODI Shubman Gill.
I kind of like that. Shreyas Iyer is more tactically astute than Shubman Gill.
Again, that won't happen, na?
No, I mean he'll get his
Even though
central
he was always
contract.
in the team in ODI team, you don't. Yeah.
He'll get
Good
his contract
producer, you
back.
don't know.
Okay, he's getting his contract back, and he's going to be made the ODI captain. That'll be a comeback for the ages then, if that's the case. And Mr. Shekhar GDN, to begin with, Iyer is a natural captain, not Gill.
We discussed this.
We did. But then yes.
An IPL title.
I said this so many years back to few of my friends. I hope they give this whenever he becomes a captain.
Even you won't believe. Even I said that. Even I wrote a proper piece on it.
Yeah, you can share
in
it.
2019.
Yes.
Yeah, even I did 2019 when Delhi first time when he captained.
Yeah. Okay. So Sachin Kashyap is saying, I think we need to plan for final for New Zealand batters. They have played once with us. We need to have plan B. I think we will be having a plan B. We are not going to go into it very complacently. We are just going to ensure that yes, we don't bottle it up under big pressure.
Yeah.
I think that monkey's off the bag after June 29, 2024. But there is a very interesting video. This time you're playing on a Sunday. And Sundays have never been kind to the Indian cricket team when you look at it. I mean, 6 Sundays, you've lost 5 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so do check that video out and let's see how it goes. So yes, we are only any other comments or should we call it a night, gentlemen? Yeah, okay. One more comment. Okay. Rohit's replacement in Test, Ritu or let's see. at
As
this
a
point.
batter,
No, not Ritu.
I think Sai Sudarshan.
Sai Sudarshan.
Yeah, I think it's possible.
Why not a Karun Nair?
Karun Nair is more of a middle order batter, and in middle order you do have a couple of empty spots. So definitely.
IPL fit monk. IPL really doubly fun to watch if you win CT. When it's not doubly fun, even if you don't win. Your IPL used to be the only place wherein we would have all these passion rivalries, all those other things.
And I think one thing is for sure.
Yeah.
With the, I think, respect to this question of Drago Gaming, Rohit's replacement in Test, we said Sai Sudarshan, because pretty much the time is up for Priyank Panchal, and one thing is clear that they don't trust in Abhimanyu Ishwaran.
Yeah, that's the problem. So, Sidvi sir, Asian batsmen are always after records. Of late, Rohit has been an exception. I think Rohit will retire. No point continuing. He can't play 2027. It will be a drag. For once, Kiran Khatri and I are on the same page. For once, like you said, you and Shashwat are on the same page. I and Kiran Khatri have always had 180-degree disagreements, but this time
are connected on your social media as well, right?
No, we are not. I and him are not connected. So that's the way we look at it. So yes, one more day to go and we'll be building up for the final, which is on Sunday, March 9th, India versus New Zealand. Tomorrow's dugout will feature the playing 11, the strategies, what all.
You're announcing the playing 11 before the toss.
But I know what the playing 11
No, the
is.
Indian team will never do it. Yeah.
We will
have to try and read in between the lines.
Tomorrow, the captain's press conference is also going to be there. Plus, there's going to be a very, you may say, special interaction with Surya Kumar Yadav.
On the India Today conclave.
India Today conclave, which you can see. There'll also be a special interaction with the world chess champion Gukesh also. So, plenty to look forward to aside from.
Many interactions he's having these days.
Except all that, you also have the India versus New Zealand preview. We'll also be getting Sunil Gavaskar, Harbhajan Singh also live on
Maybe
that
many
day.
more guests.
Many more guests also. So
Lots
yes,
of special stories.
action-packed Saturday coming up along with an action-packed Sunday where India will gun for a third Champions Trophy glory. Third asterisk, I would say. Because 2002 was a shared Champions Trophy. So yes, from me, Shashwat and Sid Gulati, it is bye-bye. Nandri, Vanakkam, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair, eat your vegetables.
And don't trouble your mother. Bye,
and
guys.
stay safe. Bye-bye. And